Okay, so this is part 2 of me having surgery on the 29th of December 2025. Okay, so the time you're watching this video, I don't have a gallbladder anymore. Yeah, obviously the time I'm recording the video, I still have a gallbladder, and yeah, it's just giving me problems and issues. And hopefully, future me that is editing this video, most likely after the surgery, is doing right. So, future me, hopefully you're doing okay. I'm just gonna assume that future me is okay. Probably sore, but okay. Yeah, I never really had surgery before, so I really don't know what it's like. But I know that I am covered by the blood of Jesus, and everything's gonna go alright. Ideally, obviously the time recorded it is the 29th of December 2025. I think this video might come out next year. I really don't know. But what I realized is that, I never thought I would actually have surgery in 2025, because I will make a longer video explaining, why I'm having surgery in the first place. But just know that I suffered in and out of any GB appointment, calling the ambulance in pain, throwing up, fever, just generally just not feeling well. And I'm normally like a healthy person. At most, I will get like maybe a cold and a flu like once or twice a year, but most of the time, I am generally just a healthy person. So this gallbladder is really causing havoc on me. Like gallbladder gallstones is causing like havoc on me. Obviously, like I think there's gonna be a lot of people online say that no, you don't need to get rid of your gallbladder. Just eat healthily, bro. I've been eating healthily to the point that I lost weight. I lost a lot of weight, but it's still giving me problems. It's still giving me problems. Like I don't know. They said don't drink water until like 6:30. It's currently like 5 something in the morning, so I've been having sips, but not too much. Obviously, I can't really eat and stuff, which is fine because I don't really normally eat at 5 o'clock in the morning. So the hunger is really not hungry. I feel like I don't know. The past few days, I haven't really been feeling hungry. I've been feeling quite bloated, but I think that might be a symptom of having gallstones, because sometimes it could cause you to be bloated and indigestion and stuff. So I haven't really been feeling hungry. Like I feel like in the past few days, I kind of forced myself to eat food because I just didn't want to be too like lightheaded and dizzy. So it's like I can't just not eat. But it's like I don't know, every time I eat, I just think, as I said, bloated and all of that. But I obviously didn't really have my 8 hours sleep. It's not because I really was nervous. I think I just like everything. Like I got home quite late, to be honest, and then I was just packing. Just not too much stuff. But where's my bag? 1 second. Yeah, so I was just packing just something essential, just in case I may have to stay in hospital a bit longer. But ideally, um, they're just gonna do the surgery, and I'm hoping could be home in the evening, if not overnight. But I did pack up overnight things just in case. Guys, I couldn't find my headphones. I found my headphones, good, because I gotta realize, with the NHS and stuff, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of waiting. They told me to come to the hospital at 7 o'clock. I don't think I'm gonna be having the surgery straight away at 7 o'clock. I think most likely maybe 9 or 10 o'clock I might have surgery if I'm like first to the list. I don't want to be first to the list because I just feel like a bit like I need time. But then again, I don't want to be last because I feel like I don't want to be waiting around, and it just makes my anxiety just go boo. So I'd rather just want to be in the middle. You know, I want to be in the middle, not the first one, but not the last one. Just the middle, so I can see other people how they're coping and stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's what I want. I want to be in the middle, guys. I want to be in the middle, but I don't know how. they're gonna do it. But um, I'm gonna try and charge my headphones because just for headphones, guys, it's always like on 10% or 20%. Like I never really charge it, but I'm gonna charge it for a bit. So just in case if I do have to stay and stuff, at least I can, listen to music or go on TikTok and just something just to keep myself busy, you know. But as I said, hopefully I don't wait too long, but hopefully I just don't want to come in and be like, yeah, you're the first to go. I was like, bro, please give me a second. But yeah. I got there around that time, and obviously I put snippets of like my journey or whatever, and I just remember like it was like at first I got lost because I got my surgery done in Luton Dental Hospital, so it's a big hospital. I didn't realize the hospital was bigger to that I was having issues, and that's why I ended up in hospital. And obviously I went there, I was a bit confused because I thought my surgery was going to be in the main building, but there was actually a new building which I'd never been in. So I had my surgery in a new building. Okay. Yeah, change your first and then. Change your new. I mean, I don't know what it is. It just said you need to go to the main building. Yeah. It's a bit lost. Oh my. A little bit. Yeah. Yeah. And I waited a bit because I was a bit early and there was a lot of people, guys. There was a lot of people there. I was like, damn. Okay, cool. Got there, got signed in, and yeah, they called me. They put me in like this like pod thing, like my own like room kind of thing. And then obviously they told me that obviously I'm gonna be second on the list in the surgery. I think like raw. Guys, I'm second on the list. Okay, I did say I didn't want it to be first and I didn't want it to be last. Second, I take second. Yeah, just met with the anaesthetist, the doctors. So it's just time for me to like really just change and then get it done. Yeah. I'm second. So I think they're going in like last name order, and obviously my last name is A. So I think like, okay, this is actually real. I'm actually having surgery. With the nurse, he checked my height, my weight. He asked me questions like, have I eaten? Because obviously, guys, if you're having surgery, you're not supposed to be eating. I said, no, I haven't eaten. He asked me, what was the last meal you had? And I said, oh, I had it like around like 10 p.m. And then I met with the anaesthetist. And then, yeah, he was just asking me questions about like, like general anesthetics and all of that. I said that obviously I never had surgery before. I'm not really allergic to anything. And yeah, I mean, it was all cool swiftly and stuff, and obviously I was waiting there for like a few hours, so I was like, okay, you know what, I didn't really sleep well. I think I only had like 5 to 6 hours sleep, and I need my 8 hours sleep to feel really good.
and refreshed. So I just thought, okay, you know, let me just sleep for a bit and stuff. And then next thing I knew, after the nap, like the nurse was just like, oh yeah, they're ready for you. I think like, already? Already? Oh my gosh. I felt so nervous. I was like, okay, cool, I'm just gonna quickly like pee. Yeah. So I remember just walking with like the to the nurse to the theatre. And yeah, the nurse was pretty nice. She was asking me questions and stuff, and I was just like, you know, I'm incredibly nervous and I've had surgery. And she's like, oh, darling, you will be fine, you'll be fine. And yeah, like everyone there was really nice, and I'm a quiet person, but I was even more quiet because I was just like thinking in my head, and I do have the tendency to overthink, so I was overthinking at that moment. I was like, oh my gosh, this is really happening. So I remember just like wait outside, and the person, the lady I was talking to that was also having surgery, I don't know if it was gallbladder surgery, but it was something else. And then I remember like she came out, and obviously she felt a bit like dizzy or whatever, and that anesthetist that I was talking to earlier was like kind of just comforting her, like, well done, the surgery went great and stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, that's gonna be me in a few hours, because the surgery is usually lasts to like an hour or two. I think like, rah, okay, cool. I got in there, spoke to like a few anesthetist nurse and stuff, and then they were really talking to me. Like one of them was asking me a question about like, if I wasn't having surgery, what do you think I would be doing? I didn't hear the question because like why I'm so nervous, I just didn't hear the question. So I kind of responded by saying that, oh, I'm having surgery. And he was like, no, I'm just saying, like, what would you be doing if you're not having surgery? I was like, oh, sorry, I didn't hear the question, I'm just nervous. I said, oh, I would be working by now. I was like, yeah. And then he was just asking me what kind of work, and I said that, oh, at the moment I'm working at Tesco, you know, all of that, blah blah blah. Asked about my future, blah blah blah. And I just told him I feel nervous, and he's like, don't worry, everyone there are well experienced. He had a few surgery himself, and it's not as scary and stuff. And it was like, okay, cool. I met with another anesthetist nurse, and he was actually Ghanaian. I was like, oh, okay, he's from actually no, I didn't know he was Ghanaian. Basically, he looked at my surname and he was like, are you Ghanaian? I was like, yeah. It's just like, oh yeah, it's because of the surname. And then obviously he was just asking me, what like procedure I'm gonna have, because I guess it's good for them to ask because they don't want to go and operate on the wrong persons. And I said, oh, I'm having my gallbladder removed and stuff. It's like, okay, good. And then obviously he said that, you know, that he's Ghanaian, he's from Temele. And I was like, oh, okay. And then obviously that's North Ghana. So I said to him like, oh, so I guess you don't really speak Tree, you speak like I don't know what Northern language they speak in there, but I guess you speak that. And he was like, yeah, he doesn't really speak Tree and stuff. I was like, well, we're practically the same because I don't really speak Tree, but I understand Tree. So yeah, I was having like a conversation with him, and he was saying to me, it's like, you know, I need to think about like something positive, like have like a playlist in my head when I'm, you know, put me to sleep. And I was telling him, okay, cool, but I'm still nervous. It's like, nah, this is fine. He's been doing this for ages, you know, like everyone is professional, and I should just, you know, he said that obviously people will be nervous because it's like you don't have control of what's going to happen. It's like they control like 90% of your body and everything, and it's really scary to put that trust on people. Which is true. It's like, you know, it's like you're going on a plane, you trust like the pilot is going to be good. When you go into a restaurant, you trust that the person, they, you don't do anything wrong. It's like, this is like, is a weird thing, because obviously I met like the surgeon like a few times. I met the anesthetist today and stuff. So for them, they're practically strangers to me, and I'm trusting them with my life. Okay, cool. So I got there, going to like I don't know if it was a theatre bit, but I went to the section where I guess they're gonna put me to sleep and then they're gonna roll me to theatre. So yeah, I was laying there and stuff, and then the anesthetist was basically trying to find like my vein, which I don't know, guys. I still have a little bit of a mark. I mean, it was dark, but it's like faded a bit. Like, so he was like tapping my hands to find my vein. Well, the other anesthetist nurse was like, put them up. I don't know if it's like a blood pressure cap or something, and then they were putting like monitors, and then they put something in my head. Like, it was so overwhelming, guys. You know why it's overwhelming? Because the anesthetist was talking to me one arm, the anesthetist nurse was talking to the other, so they were talking to me at the same time, and I felt a bit overstimulated, and as I said, overwhelmed. I was just thinking like, who do I talk to? Because you guys are talking to me at the same time, and it was hard and stuff. And then obviously I'm laying there, they gave me like some mask. The mask, it didn't smell good, but I guess that it's just like that. They gave me some mask to breathe, and I'm thinking like, huh. My heart, I was thinking like, hey, are they gonna put me out? Just like, no, you're fine. I'm like, okay, cool. And then obviously people I spoke to that had surgery, they usually said that like you count to like 10, but I don't know, they didn't do that with me. I think because I was really nervous, they just didn't want to scare me and stuff, which is fine. The only thing they said is like they gave me like some medication just to, so I'm a bit chilled, because guys, I was very anxious. Maybe the heart monitor, my heart was going boom 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 boom. I was so nervous. I was like, oh my gosh. So and then I think that relaxed me. I felt a bit like cool, calm after that. And then the nutritionist said that, oh, they put the anesthetic. It's an anesthetic, general anesthetic in, so it should kick in a few minutes. Guys, I don't even think it even lasted a minute, but I guess he said a few minutes. I remember just like trying to fight it, because I was always looking up, and I remember like the whole room was spinning a little bit. It was like going up and down, and my eyes was closing, but I was kind of forcing it to come up. And then next thing I know, I woke up in the recovery room. I don't even remember closing my eyes, guys. I don't even remember closing my eyes. I was there one moment, and I was in a recovery room. I'm thinking like, I thought they would wake me up in theatre, run me away, but like, and then I thought that was gonna happen, but I was completely out of it, guys. I was completely out of it. And then next thing I know, there was like a nurse sitting next to me, and there was a pot with my gallstones there. Yeah, guys, honestly, it's weird being on general anesthetic, because as I said again, I don't remember even closing my eyes. And next thing I know is that I'm done. Obviously for them it took like hours, but for me it just felt like seconds. It's just so weird, man. I don't know how people say that they will be dreaming when they're having surgery, because that didn't really happen to me. I don't even remember dreaming. It's just weird. It doesn't feel like sleeping, because at least sleeping you're closing your eyes and stuff, but with this one, yeah, it's just like you're there one moment, you're there the next moment. That's it. It's just such a weird thing. Okay, cool. I woke up, and like I asked the nurse for the time and stuff. I asked her like, oh, how long was the surgery? And she said the surgery was like an hour and a half. I was like, oh, okay, that took quite long, because usually the surgery is an hour. I don't know why mine took an hour and a half, but okay. And I also like, how long was I like unconscious in this recovery? She said 2 hours. I think like, hey, what? And the next thing I know, I was in pain. Bro, I was in pain. I remember I was crying, I was screaming, and usually I'm a quiet person, but in that instant I wasn't a quiet person. The bless that nurse, like she really wanted to check my blood pressure, but because I was in so much pain, I'm moving around, she couldn't be checking my blood pressure. And I remember like I'm just keep saying to her that I'm sorry, it's just like I'm in pain. They gave me some morphine and stuff, and I was still in pain, and she was even confused why the morphine wasn't happening. I think there's two reasons why the morphine didn't work. One, maybe because when I keep having gallbladder attacks, maybe I don't know if my body's used to the morphine or whatever. Two, I don't know what's two. I think one, yeah, I just think maybe my body was maybe used to the morphine too much and stuff. And then obviously like the nurse called, like they need to ask from Pfizer if they can give me more morphine. And then the anesthetist said, yeah, it's safe for me to have more morphine. They gave me more, that wasn't working. I remember I was screaming, I was crying. Even the nurse that was like opposite me, that was taking care of another patient, like came to me and asked me like, are you okay? Are you okay, love? I was like, no, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I'm in pain. I'm like, ah. And then the phone like the surgeon to come. And then the surgeon comes, and then he goes to like, and he was asking me where's the pain hurts, and I said that the pain is hurting there and stuff, you know, and then he was just like, he said to like the nurses of like they can give me more morphine, but just a little bit, not too much. And then yeah, the surgeon said that I just need to wait for it to kick in. So yeah, I think after like a half an hour, I don't know, it could be more, I don't really remember the timing, but after that it kind of settled down, and I felt like the pain was there, but it wasn't like crazy pain. And then after that I remember just like looking at the gallstones, and then I opened like the pot, I looked at it, I was like, bruh, this is quite big. Guys, I might put some pictures of fidget if you want to see that. If you don't want to see that, this is just a warning. Yeah, so yeah, guys, it was interesting. It was really interesting. And obviously, usually when you have this type of surgery, you go home on the same day, but I didn't go the same day. I went home the next day afternoon, because like there was a few criteria that I needed to do before they could discharge me. Is one, I need to be able to get up and walk, which I wasn't doing. Two, I need to be able to eat, which I wasn't doing, and I needed to like pee, and also just manage the pain. The pain was unbearable. Like, it literally took them morphine to control the pain. Okay, so like they moved me out of the recovery room, even though I stayed in the recovery room way too long than expected. They moved me back to the surgical part and stuff. And yeah, at first they gave me like they wanted to give me a sandwich, but like the other nurse was like, oh, the way I'm feeling and all of that, and my blood pressure, I'm yada yada yada. They said, okay, let me just have a biscuit instead. Guys, it was custard biscuit. I regretted not putting in my bag. I still think about that custard biscuit to this day. Anyway, I couldn't have the custard biscuit. They gave me some like yogurt with some juice. I was able to have a bit of the yogurt, but it was a bit too much. And I had like the orange juice at least. And because I wasn't really getting up walking, and I was still feeling like this is sick. I think it was because of the general anesthetic was a bit too much. I don't know. And they gave me a lot of morphine, so it's like getting up and walk, like it wasn't happening. So they did say like, you know, it would be safer for me to stay overnight, so they can like monitor me and see if everything is going well before I could go home. I said, okay, fine, that's fine. And I just told like one of the nurses if they can just call my mom, and you know, my mom could just see me in the hospital whatsoever. Oh, for someone's coming. So yeah, they moved me to like a private ward with like en suite. I have my own toilet and stuff. And but I'm staying overnight because I do not feel good whatsoever. I really do not feel good. The surgery, it went no good. So yeah. Yeah, I was there. My parents came and stuff. They looked at the stone. They was like, "Right, this is big." And the nurse came, and then she was just like, "Yeah, this stone even feels heavy." And I was sitting on you, and I was really saying to us like, "Yeah, like they wanted to, for me to even speak to the surgeon, they wanted to do it July 2026." Yeah, so after that, my parents went. Guys, I don't even think I slept well. Even when I was admitted earlier at the beginning of December, I don't even remember sleeping well, because obviously a hospital is not a hotel. Like, the constant every few hours waking you up to check your blood pressure, the bed was uncomfortable. Like, oh gosh. But the bed I was in after having surgery, it was a bit comfortable, but then again, I wasn't really able to sleep because every few hours they're checking my blood pressure. Even to like just go to the toilet, like I need to like call the nurse to help me go, because at first I was struggling to go, but after like a while I was able to go to the toilet. I was like, okay, cool. Slowly like eating a bit and stuff, had some like toast, and then after that I had some fish and chips, and then obviously they gave me some like painkillers and all of that, and then yeah, and I was able to walk around a bit. Oh, I even forgot to say, whilst I was actually in the hospital bed and stuff, they gave me, I don't know what's called, like this compressive machine. So it's like compressing your legs, because obviously when you're having surgery, usually the best thing, if it's not like leg surgery, whatever, it's like the best thing after surgery is to move around. It's because you don't want to get blood clot. So obviously I had that on because I wasn't able to move around. Yeah, fast forward, I was discharged. They gave me obviously some medication, some codeine and stuff. And then, you know, I was just recovering at home ever since. I wasn't able to rework until like 3 weeks time that I was able to work. Okay guys, it's actually day 5 post-op. So It's my first day actually walking outside since the surgery, and so far it's going good. I didn't realize it was cold outside. Jeez, and it's very icy as well, so I'm trying to walk as slow as I can. But yeah, so far so good. Obviously, I don't know, every time I step with my right side, that's when I feel the pain the most. But obviously I had surgery on my right side, you know, of my stomach, so it makes more sense that it will hurt that side. But so far so good. People were saying on the internet, oh, if as soon as you get removed, any food you eat in, you're just going straight to the toilet. Like, so far, as I said, it's been 5 days. I haven't had any problems. Like, I've been trying to eat like more spicy food just to test it, and I haven't had any problems with that, to be honest. So yeah, so far so good. Oh, let me just walk a bit. But yeah, the walk is definitely needed. I should have walked maybe yesterday, but I don't want to say it's laziness, but I guess maybe I was more sore and stuff. I think it was good that I actually walked today because it's definitely needed. And I'm not really, I was taking like strong painkillers and stuff, but I feel like for today I'm not gonna take any painkillers or strong painkillers, just to see how it goes. And I feel like so far it's been going okay. Like, I haven't taken any painkillers in the morning and I've been feeling alright. So right now, just taking baby steps. Obviously I haven't drove yet. I think I'm gonna give it a few more days, because even like stepping a bit hard, I still feel the pain, and I feel like if I'm doing like emergency stop, I'm definitely gonna feel the pain. So I am gonna give it like a few more days before I can start driving again. But so far I'm just walking and do shopping on the way, and yeah, I am feeling quite good about it. I don't know, they see a lot of TikTok video of people literally going to work the next day and stuff. I thought, bro, I was still in the hospital after they did the surgery. But again, as I said, everyone's body is different. So far, I've been feeling quite good. So I'm just gonna try just do at least 10,000 steps every day. I mean, that's what I can really do. I'm off from work for 4 weeks, so just slowly building my strength, and then maybe in 2 weeks time or 3 weeks time I can go to the gym. It just really depends how my body feels. So yeah. Going out for a walk. My second time going out for a walk, because I've been procrastinating a lot and haven't been doing my walks. And now I'm back. But obviously not too, because the job I do is like, it's very like high intense, so obviously I wasn't able to do that. I was just doing like light intense work. And obviously during my recovery, obviously at that time, yeah, I wasn't able to go to the 31st night at church because I was still feeling the pain. Even like getting out in bed, like guys, I even forgot to say, even like breathing heavily hurts. Taking a deep breath hurts. Getting out of bed, getting into bed hurts. I had like multiple pillow packed up so I could sleep, so I couldn't really. Obviously, I'm a side sleeper, but obviously I couldn't sleep on my side because of the pain. I had to sleep on my back. It was really painful. I really struggled. I took a lot of codeine because there's some days where it was just so painful. But as time is like progressing and stuff, and the time I'm recording this, is actually the 28th of January. And now, obviously, in that week, I recently started going to the gym again. I recently started walking again. I've been working for like a week, almost pushing 2 weeks now. So I think one thing about me is that I don't stay sick for that long. So I'm happy that I'm slowly getting back to, you know, doing the activity again. Obviously, there's some instances where sometimes it will hurt and stuff, but it's a lot better than before. I'm able to sleep on my side. Well, not my right side yet, but no, my left side I can. So it is getting a lot better. I am going out, and yeah. All I'm gonna say to anyone through like the whole story is that, you know, only you that knows your body. If you feel like there's something off, it's okay to book a GP appointment and just get it checked out, because you don't want it to leave it and then something happen and stuff. My only regret throughout the whole gallbladder journey and stuff is that after coming back from, after being in Ghana hospital, I wish I took a picture and then send it to like my GP doctor, so it doesn't lead to like what happened now, but it's fine. I think the reason why I probably have gallbladder is because I've been eating crap probably throughout the whole my life and stuff, and obviously when I started exercising, I think that's what happened. But I don't think me like losing. Oh, guys. Yeah, guys, I just wanted to give a little bit of clarity. So what I was basically saying is that I don't think it's the exercise that caused gallstones. It was me eating junk food for all these years that caused gallstones. And whilst I was exercising, I was taking it slow. I was eating quite healthily, you know, no processed food, high protein and all of that. And I remember when I was in A&E for like, I don't know, the 7th or 6th time, the A&E doctor was basically saying that, you know, at this point, even me even eating healthily is just going to cause me to have an attack. So I just wanted to address that quickly. I don't want it to make it seem like, oh, because I exercise, that's why I have gallstones. That could be one of the reasons, but I don't think that was the reason why I had gallstones. Like, the gallstone was always there, but I guess it just was acting up. Yep. Imagine, I even have a meeting. Anyway, sorry, I have a meeting and I totally forgot. Anyway, I am gonna end it here. But yeah, the moral of the story is that, you know, take care of yourself, and if you are having gallbladder surgery or you're going through like a similar situation, just send me a message. Yeah, I will put my email there, like send me a message, be like, hey, just now I'm going through this, what helps and blah blah blah. And yeah. And I'm just gonna end it there, guys. God bless. Bye bye. All right, bye.